Hi guys, I did a video earlier on today where I showed that I'd bought these Easter spinners from B&M, £1 each, and I said what I was going to do was see if I could make a pulse motor with them, or with one of them. And it just occurred to me that some of you may have no idea what I mean by a pulse motor. So this is the other one. What I've done is I've glued some magnets, one on each head. They actually come from vapes, from the mouthpiece where the magnet holds it in place. Anyway, so we've got 3 magnets. They're all pointing in the same direction, all pointing north out or south out. I didn't check which it was, but they're all pointing in the same direction. Got a bit of blue tack there, so I can just stick it down here. What we have here is a coil. It's not the coil that I intend to use, but I just thought it would do for a demonstration. That is just a flat pancake coil. I don't remember what that came from, but it will do the job for what we want to do. This is a 7.4 volt battery, far more than we should need, but it'll do enough to demonstrate what we're going to do. So if I stick that in one side and then tap the other side, when current goes through the coil, generates a magnetic field which will either attract or repel the magnet on his head, depending on which pole it is, whether it's north or south, and which way the current is flowing through the coil. And a pulse motor, what you do is you pulse the current. And to pulse it, what you use, well, there's several things you can use. One is a reed switch, which is 2 bits of metal like that when a magnet goes next to them, again, depending on how it's set up, it'll either repel the legs so they break contact, or it'll attract the legs so they make contact. In this case, you want them to make contact, and what you would do is you'd have one sitting about here somewhere, so that when that magnet goes past it, it makes contact. When that makes contact, that will actually switch the power on to this coil. So it will push it away. And because it's positioned just there, it'll put the current through just as that's lining up with the magnet. So it'll push it away. That one moves away from the reed switch. So the contacts open again. So the coil stops generating magnetism, but this is already flying past it. So what happens is when this one gets to this point, it'll close the contacts again. The magnet will fire again, or the electromagnet will fire again, and push the next one round. So it does it in pulses. And because it's timed at the right time, it spins. And they can go quite fast. And if you get the timing right, you can do it manually. But I just got it wrong. Yeah, put that back there again. Yeah. Got my fingers in the way. Trying to demonstrate what I'm doing. I think you get the theory, even though I'm not getting it quite right. What I am doing is effectively shorting out this battery. I'm using far too much voltage. So there's a chance you'll catch one of these on fire because you're shorting out that. The coil's got very low current. So this is a demonstration. It's not suggesting this is the way to do it. I would plan to use something like a 1.5 volt battery, a AA battery, and get it going that way. At some time in the future, I just thought I would demonstrate what a pulse motor is. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.